Hey, Greg.
Hey, Eric.
How are things?
Okay. How are you?
Just I can't complain. Yeah.
Well, that's
Just
good.
another day, man.
Hmm.
So curious, how come so I got the auto text message off.
Yep.
Why did you want to turn that off?
Uh, it's always, it seems like when they submit those and then they get that auto text, we're not ready to deal with them right at that time. So it's like they're expecting you to call them right now and we don't want to call them right now. So
All
it's just
right.
easier for us to contact them and say, you want to get together or when you want to call or whatever. Because it's kind of almost like they're expecting you to call them right at that moment.
I think you can always switch it back at any time, by the way. If you decide like, hey, this is killing our close rates or our response rates, let me know and I'll turn it back on.
Okay.
But I think you're going to find without that text that goes out right away, that later when you do have the time to reach out to them, they're going to respond less often. Like you'll get more leads that never respond to you than you do if it's like immediate. And I know it really sucks because you're like always on call in a
Yeah.
way. And right. But one other way to handle it is to try to text them back through that app. If you get the Follow Up Boss app on your phone,
Yeah, I've got that.
and just be like, just wanted to set up a time with you quick. Sorry, can't meet right now. Can't talk right now. What is a good time? Like, are you available in an hour or whatever it is? Which still
Right.
sucks because now you're like texting somebody on your phone out of nowhere when you were like already in the middle of something and didn't want to be texting them.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any other way to deal with the leads where you don't just murder your conversion rate. Or one sec, let me close the door.
Mhm.
Hey guys, somebody open the door. I hate that my office is next to the front door. But anyway, yeah, it's often maybe you'll find that it's no big deal.
Yeah. I mean, for the few that come through, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal.
Cool. Cool.
We'll see what happens.
I'm really confused about which way to go right now, because if the market keeps the way it's going, then seller leads are not going to be the thing to have. Buyer leads are going to be the thing to have. But if this is just a midsummer slowdown, with a hiccup from the Fed, but the high inflation rate is going to keep demand up for real estate, then it's best to just keep staying with the sellers and not pivot. But I'm looking at this going, we got to just really pay attention to what happens over the next couple months. And if we're shifting into a different kind of market, which I don't know if we are or not yet, but if we are, it's much better to be aligned with the buyers than it is with the sellers if it
Yeah.
switches.
Last week we had 1,100 new listings came on and 1,700 went under contract.
That's a
But
good sign.
showings went down by 800. So it's kind of a mixed message there.
Denver's similar. June we had 14,000 new or 14,000 new listings, and then we had in July so far it was only like 4,500 10 days into it, which is a significant slowdown of new inventory. So that was a good sign. Like it's not continuing to grow at the same rate.
Yeah.
Showings, I forget the exact number, but they're dismal, like a tenth of what they were just a couple months ago.
Yeah. So it's pretty much all over.
Yeah, demand went away. I think what's happening right now, everyone's just kind of waiting. It's the same thing I was just saying. Like I don't know if the market's gonna, just like I don't know whether we're about to change markets. I think most people feel that same way. Buyers, sellers, everyone across the board. And so there's a little bit of a waiting game going on. And, and I think it really hinges on what happens with the Fed and how much they manipulate mortgage rates also.
Yeah, I mean, these changing mortgage interest rates is really causing problems with people under contract who are not locked in yet. I know Rose has run into a couple of problems with people that, changes their payment. So now it kind of throws everything in limbo.
It's a big issue. I think that's why buyers disappeared. Rates went way up and buyers fell off half of them are waiting to see if the market crashes, but I think the other half are just priced out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just not going to buy anymore. I can't get what I want with that rate.
Or they have to lower their purchase price that they're looking at and go down 50,000 or something. It may not be the kind of house they want now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what sucks on my end is I was just in the middle of ramping everything up. Like I just set up all this fancy artificial intelligence shit. Like, I know I talked about this a week ago too, but I had everything set to really go big on lead gen. And now I'm going, whoa, like I just want to turn it all off, like, and wait for like a week or two. Not all off, but I want to choke my ad spend down to almost nothing now and just kind of feel the market out more than I want to pause. I don't want to be running faster. So that's a huge downfall of hiring a big advertising agency to try to really get your ad costs down. You also lose your ability to be as nimble.
Yeah, you can't respond as fast to changes like that.
Yeah. So I'm actually in the middle of firing them, which they're not.
Oh yeah, how did that meeting go after last week that you had to talk to them?
Lots of huge promises of how it's going to be better, and some of those they've actually delivered on and some not. And now today, just before I hopped on with you, was just talking to him again about like, no, we're quit trying to sell me. We're done. Just give me the unused ad spend money back and let's go our separate ways. Like, I'm cutting my losses. So, yeah. So it's, if you're a huge, big guy, they make a lot of sense. And if you're anything smaller than that, it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. I mean, I know I got to spend more on marketing because what I spend doesn't bring anything in, but still cautious about it.
Yeah, there's
Especially.
a line there. And what's really nice for you right now is you could get a lot of leads without spending a lot in marketing because the cost per lead has gone down drastically. Like, if you watch the new, I redid the video for Facebook ads. So the first half of the video is the same. It's about setting up your pixel and conversion tracking and all that crap. But then the second half, where it goes about like how to actually set the ads up, it's completely different now. And it talks about video ads and not retargeting from Google traffic. It's a different way to go about it that's working extremely well for me. And I think if you watched that last half of the Facebook video and implemented it, you would get leads for under $100 a pop consistently.
On Facebook?
On Facebook. Yep.
Yeah, I still got to look up the one that was mentioned last week. Sell your house fast or something. I think it was Brandon was mentioning it.
I have it open in a tab, or I used to. Yeah, I would. Need to sell my house fast.com. Right. I think, so I looked into that. This need to sell my house fast.com, where he's buying the leads. And in the Denver area, they're selling leads for a little over $200 a pop. And right now I'm getting Google leads for under $100 a piece, like 96. It was 76 a couple weeks ago, 96 the last week. On Facebook, I'm like in the 80s. It varies more because the ads run their course and it goes up and down, but anywhere from 80 up to like $110 a lead, depending on the life cycle of the ad. Like when you first turn it on, they're really cheap, and then they get more expensive, and then people start to comment on it and it comes back down again. So it start off 80, come up to 120, and then back to 90 in Denver. So if I'm paying those kind of numbers, why would I ever want to buy a lead from Need to Sell My House Fast? Right? Like, they're not branded to me. The people, they're not they don't know who I am. My close rate's going to go down because it's not pre-framed. They're just a person that wants to sell their house, right? Not one that's already been introduced to your logo or name or company whatsoever. So the lead's crappier, and I'm paying almost double to get it. My interest in that site was more along the lines of I could easily create a nationwide, like, so instead of Denver Property Flip, it's some nationwide company with a website like Need to Sell My House Fast. I could bring in leads nationwide and sell them to people. And at $200 a pop, I'd make a ton of money, right? But I'm not convinced that, maybe I would do that. Maybe that is something I will develop. It's kind of, I put it on the Facebook page, and I was surprised by how many people would rather just buy a lead than have like a website and a CRM and have it built out for them. The demand seems to be that people just want leads given to them, and they'd pay more for it even.
They're paying for the convenience. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess I don't quite get building a business that way, but it doesn't matter. That's what most people want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think you're better, I'm better off in increasing what I'm spending on Google and Facebook?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
I think you'll spend less per lead and you'll have a higher close rate.
Yeah. Because right now I only have it set to like $500 a month, and that brings in maybe 2-3 a month, which is,
Which channel?
on Google.
On Google. I would try Facebook and see if you get, but set up the new ad. It's not going to take that long. If you watch the last half of the video, by a half hour in there, it's going to show you how to set up video ads. And I'm giving you the videos. So you don't have to create the videos for the video ads even. There's a Google Drive where you can download the videos I've already made. And there's all kinds of different formats. Like, you need the video in 9:16, you need it in 16:9, you need it in this 1:1 square. I've already made them all and tested several, and I put the ones that are working best in that folder. So you could spend a couple hours and be up and running with those ads, and it'll work. It's me in the video, but I'm also on your website, so it's congruent. It's not like that. It's not like you lose them when they hit the site.
Yeah.
I think you get some cheap Facebook leads if you do that.
And that's not going to the retargeting, which was causing the problem.
Nope. It's this is straight up just blanketly hitting everybody in your area with a video ad, and that's it. Like, we're not narrowing down the audience at all. You're leaving it completely wide open. And so what happens is, and it's kind of how you have to run Facebook now, because there's not enough data there to be able to, to do it the way you used to. So now it's just super cheap impressions. So you're just this video is going to go out to just like everybody, but you're not going to pay very much per impression because you're leaving it wide open. and then it will bring in the people that want to sell. Everyone else will just scroll through your video. But since the cost of impression is so cheap, it actually brings in leads cheaper than a really focused campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of elements in that. The only reason it works is the way the video is set up. It's the whole package. So you have to follow that or it's not going to work. You can't. A lot went into that, I guess, is all I'm saying. But if you use that exact video I give you and the same words, just change out Denver with your area, it'll work.
Okay.
Yeah. How are your deals going?
Well, the one that we thought might be a fix and list, she decided she wants the list, so, which is fine. I think she's gonna sign the listing agreement Monday. For some reason, she wants to wait till next week, but, yeah, it would have been a good one to do for the first one, because it was very, it was maybe $9,000 of stuff that had to be done, if that. But she decided she didn't want to do that and just list it, so I said, okay. If we can find something else.
Hopefully it'll sell without anything done to it. It's tough right now.
Yeah, she's got a bedroom that she put sheetrock in, and she literally put in a sheetrock screw like every 2 inches. So I couldn't even tell you how many screws are in that room. So, it needed to be compounded and painted, and then there's a bathroom ceiling. It's all peeling. That's got to be painted, and I think she's got like a back porch, maybe like a 7x7 or something, and must have been on pillars, so it kind of sunk down a little bit, so the door's not closing right because it's out of level. And she had a roof put on, and they didn't. I don't think they did the flashing right in the back, so she gets a little bit of water in there. So she has some minor issues, but as long as she discloses everything, and people want to take it on.
She should have done the fixing list with you guys. That stuff is all pretty relatively cheap to fix.
That's what I told her. I says, you're going to make a big difference in what you're going to sell it for. And for whatever reason, she didn't want to. I don't know.
Oh, wow. That might be so many screws that the drywall is not secure anymore, because maybe it'll break because the screws are so close to each other.
I tell you, it's literally every 2 inches she's got a screw. I've never seen so many screws in my life.
It's not coming down.
No. That's it.
Well, yeah.
Make any progress in Key West with your project out?
It's I'm getting hosed by the stucco guy still. I'm just trying super hard to be done. I'm on the market now.
It's already listed?
It's listed prematurely, but I decided I'm not going to wait any longer because the market's turning. And so the realtor did the best she could with it. It's against everything I know I would ever do. but I listed it, even though we're not done with the plans and some pictures of like some renderings and pictures of stuff that is completely done. And we kind of hodgepodge it together into, hey, new build going to be done in early August.
What's has to be still done on
it? The landscaping, which we can't start till the stucco guy is done, and I can't get any of my final inspections because in Marathon you have to have the completed elevation certificate done and given to the city before they will let you schedule any final inspections. And I can't get my completed elevation certificate until the stucco is done. The guy refuses to call it complete. So
what's a completed elevation certificate?
It's a surveyor comes out and shoots the height to show you're all within parameters where you need to be. Right.
Did you have to build that like up on stilts, so for the knockout walls?
Yeah, it's up on stilts, and it's 2 stories on stilts with a parapet with a railing around it on the roof.
Oh, nice.
So it's nice. Yeah, if you ever wanted to see it, it's 80 Camino Real. Now it's listed, so it's on Zillow, easy to find.
Camino Real.
Yeah, it's spelled Real, the Real part. Camino,
Oh,
like you'd think. 80 Camino Real, Marathon, Florida.
okay. All right.
Yeah, that I'll be sleeping way better after that thing is. I'm selling it now. I have to because of what rates did to me. I was
Mhm.
never wanting to sell it, but now
Yeah, I
I
really
have to.
initially wanted to keep it.
I still want to keep it. I just can't justify keeping it anymore. The payment's so much higher than it was before, and with the market turning, depending on how this goes, if the Fed keeps fighting inflation and they keep uh, raising rates, and they could push us into a real bad recession, and then people aren't going to want to go vacation, and I'll be sitting on this huge mortgage payment every month.
Yeah, vacation houses is the first thing that people stop buying.
Yep. So that's I gotta exit stage left right now while I still can. Hopefully still can.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll sell it quickly, even though it's not finished.
Yeah, probably what'll happen is I'll sell it, and then the Fed will reverse course and real estate will just keep going way up. And inflation got control. I'm like, why the hell did I sell it?
Wish you had a crystal ball.
Yep, no way to know. It's got to protect the downside.
Yes.
Cool. Well, unless you have anything else, we'll see you next week.
No, that's it. All right. I'll see you next week then.
Cool. Thanks,
All
Greg.
right. Bye.
Bye.